No, I got to lean in.
What's going on, everybody? It is me again. It is time to lean in, bitch, for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm here with Antonio, Chase. I was going Chase. Chad and Jamie could not be here today, and so the show will go on. It'll be a good show. And we're going to talk about, like I said, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, episode 2, titled "Searching for Sereni-Tea."
Mm.
That's what they call the episode. What's going on, Antonio? It's Thursday, and I hear that you about to go on vacation on us.
Yeah,
Unless
I
it
got a
was a
few
secret. I
days.
don't know. Was it a secret?
No, it ain't no
Okay,
secret.
I'm like, ooh, I don't want to get you in trouble.
I let my roster know they good.
Okay. Keep me in check, chat. Okay. Well, episode 2, Salt Lake City, we did their premiere last week. The season is off to a start. A slow start, but I think it'll get there. Last week was pretty entertaining to an extent. This week was a lot of damn tears. A
A
lot of
lot of
tears
tears.
that cried, a lot of tears that couldn't. It was a lot. So we're gonna talk about it. But of course, before we do,
Yeah,
go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Make sure if you guys are interested in Potomac and Married to Medicine and Beverly Hills and all these shows, we do all these shows. So make sure y'all check out our other shows. The panels, they vary, but the same 10 people, they do. They're across all the shows that we have. So tune into other shows, subscribe, tell a friend, and check us out weekly, same time every
yes,
day. All
absolutely.
right. So with that being said, this episode last week we had the premiere, and
Hmm.
Jen Shah hosted a party for Coach Shah,
Yeah.
in which actually there was no drama. The only drama was there really was no drama. Honestly, like it
No,
could have been,
no.
but it really
Could
wasn't.
have been, but it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, Coach Shaw was very clear about what he wanted, and it looks like everybody kind of honored it. And so, going into this week's episode, we know that Lisa and Meredith are having issues within their friendship. It happened last season; it's intensified this season. And at the beginning of this episode, we get a scene with Jen and her mom. Now, the last time we seen Jen's mom, was when we found out that she had gave her, was it $1 million? He said,
Yeah.
all right,
Her retirement fund. Yeah.
her retirement fund towards her legal shit. And so in this scene, what's going on, Chase? What's going on, Taylor? Shout out to everybody that's watching right now, too. I didn't get to
Yeah.
mention that to y'all, but what's going on, everybody in the chat? Shout out to Chase for coming to watch us, even though he didn't watch the damn show. That's dedication, and we
My
love to see it.
motherfucking dog.
Right. So like I said, in this first scene with Jen and her mom, Jen is talking about just talking about her son and how her son is feeling with her possibly going away.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I'm so glad that this was touched on, because I always wonder, what does her children think?
Think.
I
Yeah.
mean, realistically, what does Coach Shaw think? Because I don't think we get the true Coach Shaw. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if my woman, my man, whatever, was going to jail, knowing that they was a known criminal. Now, in this moment, obviously she ain't confessed to shit. But knowing that I've been laying and sleeping and making kids with a criminal, I just don't know how I would feel. So I was always curious how they felt. And so she says that he is just pretty much, worried about that. And just basically says that she's getting bullied and people want to tear her down. And, every time she has to come home, and Coach Shaw has to keep her afloat from ending it all. Basically, this woman is saying that, listen, she's on the brink of committing suicide. And her mom says, well, I need you here. But you know why she need her there for, right? Not just because she her daughter. She want that money back.
Got that money.
She need that millie back. If I was her mom, I'd be like, girl, I need you here too, because I need that millie. So I ask you, Antonio, what are your thoughts on this whole conversation between her and her mom, just how it went? And honestly, Jen, it's just weird watching this, because we know what we know now, and she's doing all this. I'm innocent, and people bullying me, people doing all this, people making up all these lies, and it turns out that she pled guilty. It's just like, what the hell? Like, how do you actually watch this scene with a serious face?
Yeah, and I get that, but she could have pled guilty because it would maybe better for her to go ahead and maybe plead guilty and try and get like a plea deal as opposed to going to trial. And it was probably based on the evidence that they had against her, whether she did it or not. It was based on the evidence showing that she could prove X, Y, and Z. Now, I ain't no lawyer, but I have watched, a few crime shows, in my past.
What crime shows you watch, child?
I'll be watching Dateline. But and then going to her son though, I am glad that she kind of touched on that. And I know for like one of her sons, the oldest one is in medical school. The younger one is maybe in high school or something like that. I'm sure that is like extremely stressful, especially for the younger one, because he has to go to school and be around people, and we know kids and those kids' parents, they can be cruel. So I'm sure it's a lot of stress on him. And regardless as to if she is guilty or not, like most of us with our mom, especially, if it was a crime, we gonna stick beside her. You know what I'm saying? So
I get it. You stick beside her, but I haven't been in a situation, so it's just like, damn, like that's messed up.
That has
like
to be
my
hard.
Whole mama is allegedly whatever, a damn criminal
and going to jail for
and going to jail.
And she was on TV.
And she's on TV.
And I've been on TV.
I don't know, it's a lot. So like what Sonia said, as a woman, I feel for her children. She says, Coach Shah, I'm still side-eyeing him. Yeah, I don't know. I like Coach Shah. He fine as hell, but something ain't right.
I get that, but I'm like, it could have been one of those situations like where I know this motherfucker got millions of dollars to spend. I don't necessarily know where it's coming from. We don't know what she was telling that man that she was doing for a living. And they've been together for so long. He probably, just because she did something that was fucked up, he not going to stop loving her. He definitely, I'm sure he mad at her. He probably cussed her out or whatever, but he's still probably going to stick beside her until, this situation is through. Because what impact would that have on the children is, damn, well, mama going to trial, daddy divorcing mama, they not speaking. The shit just in shambles. So, I think Coach Shah doing the best he can to kind of hold his family together.
Okay. Well, I guess, I do, like I said last week, I do feel like he loves that woman. I think last week, if I never thought it before, I felt it last week. And I think that goes to show that, they all going to support her throughout her time. She ain't going to get that many days in jail. She'll be out by the next season. So I think,
you think so?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Ooh,
if she goes, and I really don't want her to go to jail. I just don't. Like, I get that she did a crime, but but I just don't see if she does go, her being out in a year. Like Teresa and them, they defrauded the government and got a house, or to get a house, or whatever it is that they did. This lady has allegedly stolen millions of dollars from hundreds of elderly people.
Damn.
Yeah.
You got to stop targeting the elderly. That's the problem. You got to go. You got to have. I listen. Criminal 101. I wouldn't know, but maybe got to target a smaller audience.
Maybe you got to just try to get allow on some paperwork.
But let me ask you a question though. How do you feel about people like currently watching people? Some people don't really want to watch the show. They don't want to deal with anything Jen Shah, because they feel like Bravo is has her on this platform, kind of smiling and throwing eggs in our face, being a whole criminal or whatever. Like, how do you feel about that?
I think it's like a double-edged sword, I guess. I can understand that, because the victims may be looking like, damn, this person is on TV getting a paycheck because they living this fabulous life. But on the other hand, it's like that is her current reality, and I think it is a could be a wake-up call for some. Like, if you are defrauding elderly people and doing all this shit, like, don't do it, because you might get caught.
You're gonna get caught. Everything in the dark comes to light. That's what my God said. So it's gonna come to light.
Come on, Kirk Franklin.
Okay. What's going on, Dr. C? Who welcome Isabel? Welcome. Isabel is on time today, or what? Well, slightly. She almost on
A
time.
little bit late, but that's
We'll
all
take
right.
this. This is way more on time than any other time. We'll take it. All right. So outside of that, we get a scene with Meredith and Whitney. And Meredith is meeting Whitney at her home.
Mm-hmm.
And they just kind of like chilling in her little loungy area with some little what is it? A charcuterie board?
Charcuterie, uh-huh.
Charcuterie, whatever that shit called. That. And start over for her. Oh, for her. No, I know I'm not starting over Chase. And so they meeting, and Whitney already has this in her mind that the only reason why Meredith is talking to her is because she's at odds with Lisa. Mm-hmm. And do you think that's true?
Yeah,
that's crazy. It's kind of sad because I'm kind of side-eyeing Meredith a lot. I like Meredith, but this season I'm like she just kind of went from 0 to 100, and it's weird.
And now she full on with the
message. And I don't like it. That's not what. Yeah. That's not why I like Meredith for. So in this conversation, they are talking about Lisa, and Meredith is talking about how Lisa is talking bad about pretty much everybody or whatever, and they show these clips of her talking about everybody. I thought it was hilarious. Literally all 4 of the girls, but I mean, I'm sure everybody in their group has said something about each other, so I don't think it's just Lisa. And so Meredith brings up, I don't know why she's talking about everybody else. She has her own things that people can talk about, her own rumors. And so she says that, Lisa has been doing favors, for the betterment of Vita Tequila. And Whitney says she's also heard the same thing or some similar things. Is that basically she slept with somebody, to help, to help Vita Tequila progress or whatever. And, in the same conversation, Whitney feels like Meredith should hear Lisa out. It seems like Heather and Whitney have come together to tell Meredith, like, girl, I think y'all should at least talk about it. But Meredith is very like, So how did you feel? Or what did you think about when you saw that scene with them two kind of spreading ticks? Like I said, I like Meredith, but
I do.
This is not the Meredith that I grew to like. Like I like, I don't. She got disengaged. But now, baby, she didn't full on engage.
I mean, I'm okay with her engaging as she did last season. But it's
last season, yeah, but now it's like it's overkill. It's like, well, okay, girl, are you trying to be messy? Like, okay, yeah, she got on your nerves, she hurt you, but now I don't feel like you're being your authentic self. Now I'm feeling like maybe you have a little bit of Lisa in you too, because anybody that is friends with somebody, and things go left, and you have a Mayday, I don't know. And she definitely having a Mayday. I'm surprised. I'm sure she knows a lot more. I think what she's doing, she's trying to be strategic.
Yeah,
and she's picking up things that she could pull from other areas. She ain't talking about things that she definitely knows, but I don't think that's any better. A rumor is a rumor. The truth, it's still something you're spreading falsely about a person or bad about a person. So, what do you think?
I don't like this look for Meredith. Like, I'm okay with a little bit of mess. Like, okay, you get out, you get in the yard, and you want to play a little bit. I am all good for that. But I don't know. We know Whitney is just the messiest of the messy. So for her to go to Whitney, I would have preferred for her not to do that. Meredith is definitely being strategic with what she's doing, because if you notice, even when she talked to Jen and when she talked to Whitney, I don't recall her actually saying the cheating out of her mouth until after they said it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Even with this she was performing favors for, because it's like, what was she giving, giving some head? Was she?
But that's enough, Shay. You ain't got to say the exact word. She knew what the hell she was saying. That's just like Nene saying she was saying to fire Phaedra and Portia. Well, she knew. Basically, she said.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying though. Like, that's why I said she's trying to be strategic, so she can be like, well, I didn't say exactly, I didn't say what the favors were. The favors could have been, like a payola type of thing. So I get what you're saying, and I agree with that. It's very odd to kind of see Meredith being messy. Now, again, I don't like it for her, but I do understand a little bit of why she does feel the way that she does,
No,
because that
I
lady.
understand how she feels. It's just like it's so fast. She's taking me too fast. It's so fast. I mean, I don't know. It's just so fast. Somebody, Dr. Z says if Mary Cosby was on the show, it would have been Mary Cosby rather than Whitney. Oh wait, you mean like Meredith hanging out with Mary Cosby?
Oh, probably so.
Oh, she would have been gossiping with her. Oh,
Probably.
definitely.
Yeah.
But Mary is the woman.
But then, or she could have
did
it. She could also did it with Whitney because she knows that.
Well, you think she would have learned her lesson? Whitney, nobody. We're gonna talk about it.
She
more.
know Whitney gonna take that shit back to. She know
these girls are not learning. They are playing stupid. I mean, I guess they trying to keep the show going, but damn, I mean, come on. Whitney play all of them so crazy. Okay, so a small scene with Lisa and her son. Her son doesn't want to go to college. She's having a conversation with him. Honestly, he reminds me of her. He tried to lead the conversation so many times. That's what Lisa does. I'm like, child, this is definitely your child. Did you have any thoughts on this? I feel like what she was saying was pretty true. Like, he's trying to be so independent and he got this. But what she was saying was, until we stop paying shit for your ass and supporting you, you can't say what you don't want to do and what how much of a bad boss you are right now. You're not there yet because we still paying for your shit. Yeah. That's basically what she was saying. Did you have any thoughts on that?
No, not really. She made a basket though. It's like she got the ball in the hoop. So
right. All right. So then now Whitney is constantly. I'm not gonna say this scene was cringe. It took me a while to understand what the hell she was trying to say.
Oh, you understood?
Yes, I did understand it.
It's a gray area. Okay.
She in the house, she with her husband, and she got no makeup on. She already been crying. She tell him, she was like, let's go over there. And they
she couldn't get the words out. She couldn't even tell him to go over there and sit down.
She go over there, she grabbed the whole roll of the Mountie.
Now that took me the fuck out.
She grabbed that
entire roll and rack of paper towels and
the whole roll of Bounty, and she took it over to the couch. I was like, girl, I would never eat at her house. She already dropped the damn cake last year and ate it. And then she just grabbing the whole roll. Girl, grab a couple of pieces of towelettes off that damn what's it called? Paper towels, and then get some tissue. It's too much. I don't know. So she grabbed the whole Bounty roll. She goes to the couch with her husband, and it's hard for her to say, but she says she gets off the phone with Will. I think Will is her half brother, I believe.
Yeah.
And now this is where I was confused because he said that he had some kind of test ran and he had like I don't know. Basically, what she was saying was she has blocked off a period of her life in terms of what she remembers.
Yeah.
But she has these moments in her mind where she feels like these things happen, but it's very foggy and gray. But what she was alluding to was that she was abused. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say it was probably sexually abused. That's what I'm getting at. I don't know. That's just what I mean, she didn't really explain too well because she was crying and doing all this mess that I just feel like I get it. But it just, all of Whitney's scenes now are starting to seem so, oh my God, the camera's on. Every scene.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Like her individual scenes are, oh my God, the camera's on. And I'm kind of getting tired of it. Last week we had her removing herself from Mormon.com. And then this week we got this. It's like it was a bit cringe, not gonna lie. Not the subject at hand, but just how it was presented.
Her. Yeah. Her. And I'm not really buying her on this betterment journey. And I'm sorry, I just don't buy. I mean, I guess it might be good for her to show that on the show. And I apologize. Well, actually, I don't. If I'm wrong, I'm just fucking wrong.
I don't think anybody has. Nobody. I don't. Whitney. I think people support Whitney, but I don't think anybody has that deep of a connection with Whitney to where they're touched or they're moved by her. She's not.
The only thing that it did make me be like, okay, either she is a fucking psychotic lunatic or a good ass actress, because when she was crying, and you get sometimes that hard cry where the words won't come out it was like, okay, I'm not gonna say hopefully this happened to her, but hopefully she's telling the truth and being
authentic with it.
100% transparent and honest about what actually happened. Because, am I echoing?
No, not
Okay.
over. Not mine. You good?
Okay. So it seems like there was something, I guess, that was happening to her in a bathroom, because when she
Yeah, she said that she couldn't remember why. She never realized why. Somebody came to her house and they was like, "It's demons in the bathroom." And
I was like,
child, see, that's what you know what that's what happened.
Because I'm like, that ain't even the house where this happened at. So why would the demons still be in the bathroom? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a subconscious.
You know what? She did all that talk last year again about a damn cult. It sounds like she's been in a cult since she was 8 years old. That's what it sounds like.
Since they left her,
it sounds like the cult erased her memory. The cult is in the bathroom. She is cult. That's what we're gonna say. Cult.
And her husband seemed so like taken aback. Like it was almost like he didn't really know what to do.
Oh wait.
And
they say
he did reveal in like a scene later on, you know, like the age range in which she kind of blocked out. But I'm like,
is Antonio echoing? Taylor said you was, but I don't hear you echoing.
Because I can hear myself echoing. I don't know why though.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go out and come back.
Let me know if Antonio echoing y'all in the chat. Are not anymore. Okay, not anymore. Okay, cool. Thank you, Isabel. Dang, Taylor, you could have gave us the update and said he wasn't no more. Hold on, let me slay. He come back in here. But yeah, I just thought it was very weird. I'm not necessarily saying the storyline is fake. It's just something about her that just is not. Yeah, Isabel. Yes, Salt Lake City is definitely. Somebody said it stopped echoing.
Okay.
Yeah,
it did on my end.
Salt Lake City is definitely worth watching. It's on the second episode, so you know it's a slow ramp up. But ask me in about 3 more episodes, I'll tell you if it's worth watching. Okay.
But make sure you keep watching us though, even if you don't watch them.
Isabel can't go nowhere because we is a cult. She gonna have to go to the lean.com to remove herself. Otherwise, you are a part of the Lean family.
And you're gonna have to do it 3 times before we finally remove you.
Exactly. Right. All right, so then we get she's planning a girls trip to Scottsdale, Arizona. It's actually quite early in the season. Usually it's like episode 5 or 6, whatever. But it's early, so they're going to Scottsdale, Arizona. I went to Scottsdale 2 years ago. Actually, was it 2 years ago? 3 years ago. 3 years ago, actually, at the beginning of the pandemic, and I had a blast. I had never been.
I had never been either, and I went last year. It was good.
Did you like it?
I did. I loved it. I want to go back.
I do too. It was hot as hell. You went in the summer?
I went in May.
I went in May, end of May too. Yeah, it was hot as hell. Nonetheless, Scottsdale, good place. But I noticed they don't really go nowhere else. However, I did holler because it seems like they can't go nowhere because Jen can't leave the country. So clearly, and I think not only can she not leave the country, she can't go too far, I believe, right?
Too far, yeah.
Probably. So I believe that's why they have been going to like Vail and Scottsdale. And I'm surprised they came to LA because I mean it's like right.
I was thinking, I was like, I mean, I know Jen is, kind of restricted, but I wish they had gone to LA because they went to Vegas, I think.
They did, but they did Vegas. They did Vegas season 1 when she wasn't. This was
Yeah, I think it was season 1.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I wish they would have went to like LA or fucking something.
Right. So all the girls are there. Well, it starts off with this Whitney and Lisa, and I'm gonna tell you, I had the biggest smile and the biggest laugh when they showed our girl Mary a little flashback because when they came in. Whitney said that the decor reminded her of something from Mary Cosby, and it showed Mary, and she said, "Women." I just fell out because
they were saying the house looked like a Barbie dream house, and if you think about Mary's house, it did like a damn old school kind of Barbie dream house with the fucking green carpet and shit like that. So yeah.
Old school Barbara Dreamhouse though. Like,
Yeah, they said Lisa
oh
was like 1985.
yes. So shout out to them for mentioning our mother Mary. Maybe she'll be back. For those that want her back, I miss Mary, but I don't want her to come back if all they're gonna do is attack her in that damn church again. Because
Yeah.
I'm tired of that. But they mentioned that, and so Whitney and Lisa are talking. They kind of bonded. They're in the jacuzzi, and Whitney talks about her childhood. Again, kind of telling her like a few, kind of giving her a little hints here and there about
Mm-hmm.
what she been dealing with. Lisa talks about her childhood and how she grew up. She already mentioned last week that she was like a girl's girl and kind of like how her past was. And so um, Lisa says that she made a comment and said that she was more invested in Meredith, but basically she feels as such. She feels like one little mess up should not have ruined their friendship. And so I asked you, do you agree? And before I give it to you, um, I see what she was trying to say. I don't think it should, but when you do wrong somebody, honestly, you got to take the responsibility and the accountability. And I feel like this is just kind of something like, yes, I agree. You may be friends with somebody for 10 years, but depending on what you do, it don't really matter how long you've been friends because some things are just there are certain things I guess friends or friendship relationships a person shouldn't do, regardless. And I would expect you like being friends with somebody for 10 years, you wouldn't be out there calling me a whore and I fuck half of New York. I'm sorry, that's a bit much. That's a lie. But what do you think when she said that? Because she really feels like okay, she messed up, but she should get over it. Like
Yeah.
like she feel like they should be able to come back from it. And what do you think?
I think that is complete bullshit. That to me was not a little mess up. A little mess up would be, oh, okay, well, Lisa repeated something that
Yeah,
Mary said. Oh, I'm sorry, Meredith said blah 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 about you. Something very minor like that. But Lisa went in. I feel like at this point, when you are whether it's friends, family, whomever, if there is some sort of a disagreement or falling out, we can argue and you can be like, oh, shut the fuck up or whatever the case may be. Okay, cool. But I feel like when you take it personal and those personal digs begin to come out and you really trying to dig into my gut,
you're
that's
trying
some
to hurt
shit
this person.
that's been festering in you for a while.
Yeah,
And you've always wanted to say that. You just now kind of felt like you had a reason to say
yeah,
that. So yeah, I don't think it was small. I think maybe eventually they could get over it, but get over it, but it's gonna take a long time. That
yeah,
because that she like went in on
yeah,
Meredith, and let's say some of it. Let's say it was true. Let's say Meredith had told her some of these things.
yeah,
Then it's like, well, damn. Not only did you just say shit, you went and spill like real tea that I had given you.
yeah.
So yeah.
We don't know. We don't know if it's true or not. I mean, but she was speaking as if it was, and being close to her like she was, it would make sense for it to be true. So we
Mhm.
kind of be like, damn, why would you say that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't believe in Mayday. Now I understand,
No,
you get mad and you go off, but Mayday shouldn't just be like that. That's just
it
my
should
whole
not.
thing.
Do not.
I do feel like yes, when you're friends with somebody, the amount of time you've been friends, that should be considered. And with time, everything can be healed, but some things you just can't come back from. It just
Some
depends.
things you cannot. I
It's
think
it's
when
it's
it's like those
unfortunate.
personal type of things, to me,
Yeah,
that would be hard for me to come back from. Like us having
yeah,
a falling out and me saying, "Oh, shut the fuck up" or something like that. Okay, cool.
yeah.
But those personal attacks, that would be that I wouldn't be able to come back from that
Very
myself.
true. Very true. Okay. So then Lisa asks Whitney if she has talked to Meredith about about the whole thing. She's like, because it sounds like Whitney has already been talking about it, whatever, in which she has. And so as she asks that, the other girls arrive. They do room selections. Jen gets the best room because apparently they feel so bad for her in her situation that she got it last season. She got it this season. She think it's cute. I don't think it's cute, but
Did
hey,
not.
She think it's so cute, and
well, I
that's
guess that's one good thing coming out of it. No,
that's what's so funny to me. Like seeing her in these confessionals, she just really out here just play. That's a strong woman of color, because she is really out here putting on like she is just like, hey, I'm free and I'm gonna be good when I beat this trial in a month. And this is like fast forward 6 months later to now. It's just like it's weird.
getting weird.
It's getting weird, very weird. And so, Whitney and Heather have a conversation after they choose the rooms and stuff like that, and they talk about what Meredith and Whitney talked about. And Heather is just like giddy, baby. She is laughing.
She's loving
it. She want to know, was it a bartender? Like, who was it? What's the name? What was the color? His favorite.
She said, was it a vendor?
Was it a vendor? She all get it. She all in it, child. But Whitney wants to give Lisa a heads up. Whitney somehow she feels like she has grown this relationship with Lisa that damn fast, that damn quick. They had so much fun in the jacuzzi, taking drinks off her titties, that it's just that she feels like she has to tell her. That's not true. She just want to be messy as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, after that, Heather tells her, I don't think you should. I think you should leave it at that. Don't basically, I think you should just leave it alone or whatever. And they get ready for this shaman activity, whatever. But what did you think about the conversation and the advice that Heather told Lisa? Told Whitney. Honestly, I thought Heather was gonna be like, "Oh yeah, girl, you should tell her." But
I was a little surprised too when she was like, "Don't do it, leave it alone."
I'm kind of surprised. The old Heather would have been like, "Tell her."
But I wasn't surprised though that Heather was kind of giddy at the whole notion that Lisa could possibly be cheating or doing things, being that she said that Heather was the good time girl,
right,
or whatever. So, and Lisa is always so kind of pulled up, and she just wouldn't be one that somebody would think that was actually cheating on their spouse. I mean, I know it doesn't have a look, but
yeah,
I just
but Lisa and Heather started to bond a little bit towards the end of the season last year, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So I feel like maybe she got a little soft spot for her now. A small, I still feel like Whitney and Heather still want Lisa's acceptance.
Oh, they absolutely want the center snowflakes acceptance. And that's why I feel like another reason why Whitney is like, oh, they've grown so close. And I'm like, girl, she only fucking with you because you was kind of like the last person that she really had. Because Jen don't really like that, and then Meredith is not, so you was like one of the last people, so
yeah,
that's the only reason why.
True, very true. Didn't they do a shaman thing last year? Was that last year?
They did, where they got in the car and went to the thing. I want to say
because that's what Mary was like.
Mary was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
they had to go before it got dark outside. Yeah,
so it looked like they did it again, and in this moment they lay back in the grass. I'm like, I would have said nope. On the tiles, and they all kind of share a situation that what were they were trying to grow from or whatever.
Something that they wanted to lose,
right? So everybody.
And what did they want more of, or some shit?
Yeah. Meredith arrived late. Did you see Meredith in her confessional with their little wedding wavy hair?
Yes.
I said, now she got the drunken love hair, the long drunken love hair.
She had on a damn quad wig when Quad was telling Anila that stuff in Anila's kitchen. Quad had a little wet and wave. I said, Meredith got a little wet and wavy.
Who is styling Meredith? They didn't give her the little wet and wavy.
I'm convinced that Brooks be telling her to do this shit because
if Brooks needs to stop. Brooks needs to take
Brooks
his
got his hands all in there. Brooks said yes, put moose on it and put her under.
I noticed it was just a moving, baby. Like it had some Jerry curl juice in there. I don't know what was going on. It was definitely a little. It was moist. It was still.
It was moist.
She wanted it to look like that though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to make sure I caught it. So when Meredith arrives, she gets there later, whatever. And the whole scene goes to where like they all kind of share. Nothing really happens in the scene. They kind of everybody shares everything. They lay back. They scream out. Heather's laughing. After the session, Meredith kind of speaks on her being very apprehensive about coming to the session because this moment that they're in at that time is literally days from a year from when her father passed, and she's still kind of traumatized from her last trip with the ladies or whatever.
Yeah.
And so she mentions that, and she kind of talks about that, and Lisa says, I used to feel like I was a safe space for you, and I'm sorry. And Meredith says, you are not a safe space, Lisa. And he just took me out because Lisa was like, I was just trying to, okay, you know what? No, that's
never mind. Lisa was like, never mind. I'm like,
and so she storms off and leaves, and then Meredith's like, I'm just telling the truth. Did you think I was wrong?
No. I hate a person like Lisa that feel like they're gonna be able to dog you the fuck out and it's been a little while and I said I'm sorry, we should be good. No, you can be good. I'm not good yet. I'm still mad and I still got some shit I need to say. So I was
it's not even that. Like, what I get. So here's the thing. I see that they are in this session, right? To where they should be able to speak about these things. But Lisa is a bit manipulative, I feel like, in this moment because she's not talking to you. So
why would you even say that?
Why would you even say that? Like, y'all not in the best space. She really in her head, that's how she really feels like all the time they've had, everything they've done in the past trumps this one moment where she fucked up.
Or maybe she felt like this moment with the shaman preacher lady there, or whatever she was, that was like a safe space where she felt like maybe I can say this and Meredith will kind of receive it because Meredith had got a little emotional. She was a bit vulnerable.
It was definitely it was a way for her to slide into it and try to ease her way, and it just didn't work out. I don't, personally, yes, Meredith does hold a grudge. We've seen her for 3 seasons, and anytime somebody has come for her, it drags out because she don't let it go. But I mean, at this moment, like this was her best friend, y'all. Like, come on, this ain't just like
10 years. That was 10 years.
This is like 10 years. If you have a best friend or whatever, a really close friend, some things you don't see it coming. I don't think that she would have ever thought that because season 1 and half of 2, they were like best friends, right? Then last year she felt like Lisa was playing the middle when it came to when Jen was going at it with Meredith, right? So then now they was already on ice. They was already kind of like meh, right? You got Lisa having this whole rant. I mean, come on. If you can get over something like that fast, I feel like you are very much so a Heather. And I'm talking about Heather Gay because that is a problem. That is a problem. I don't think it's a grudge. I think sometimes you have to be like, listen, I just need time.
Sometimes people need and
I need time to really, because when you kind of force somebody to get over something, that's how you have years and years of people constantly throwing shit in your face of what you did because they ain't over it. So just allow people to, get to that space. I'm a Scorpio. I know firsthand.
I mean,
it ain't over till it's over.
It ain't. Shit, just because it's been 2 months. Okay, cool. I'm gonna need another 8. I have alone. Like you can't rush someone into forgiving you, or you know, you got to give them allow them time to process it and kind of work through it themselves. So Lisa,
if it's meant to be, they will reach that point.
But it was funny though.
Baby, she shut her down
quick.
She said, "You are not a safe space." I was like, Jesus Christ. And so as Lisa storms off in her little blanket, she goes on in the house, and Heather they all looking at her, and she's just like, Meredith's like, you know what? I mean, it's the truth. Heather goes to talk to Lisa. I'm like, you girl, Heather and Whitney are just so ugh, or whatever. And so they get her, they come back, they have dinner. Meredith asks everyone what did they decide to release. Jen talks about the fear of going to trial. She's very scared about going to trial. This is obviously in February. This is the time in which the trial was in March initially. And while she's talking, Whitney is starting this little cry thing again. And everybody's like, what? Like, what's wrong with her? And she talks about being abused. And I thought Heather, what kind of cousins are they? Because Heather don't know shit about her, clearly. I don't
Well,
know
you
if
know
they
they
like,
weren't, but you know it wasn't like they was like cousins, like with me and my cousins or you and your cousins. Well, we like grew up together. We all they found out they was cousins. I think after they had became friends, like later on in life. And then I don't even think they like first cousins. They ain't like two sisters or two siblings kids. They like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th cousins. It's like
well, I'm
long
confused.
down.
I'm
Yeah.
sick of it.
As Lisa had said, they inbred cousins or whatever the fuck she said.
That's what Mary said. Yeah, they are.
No, Lisa said that.
Oh, she did. But did she say it too?
No, Mary said that Heather looked inbred, but
Right.
Lisa
Yes.
said that they were like their inbred cousins or whatever she said about them. Yeah.
And so, she talks about her abuse, and the episode kind of ends there with her talking about it. So I really want Whitney to kind of expand on this, just because we're all confused. I mean, abuse, like if you're gonna talk about it, then talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta know about who and where, but it needs to come from a place to where I feel it. And it's not just she ain't doing it for me, but obviously she is, because she's doing it on national television. So she obviously wants to evoke some kind of emotion.
Definitely
I ain't there with
setting it up for a climactic moment.
I ain't there yet. I'm not pulled in. I don't think it's false, but it's just not. It's weird. It's weird. It's very strategically placed, and I don't like that. So I don't know. Any final thoughts on this little scene right here?
I ain't gonna say I hate that she kind of took, because Jen could possibly, be going to jail. So, I think it's interesting just to kind of get her, and maybe thinking back on it when she does little stuff in like her confessionals, it's just kind of her way of thinking that, or trying to be as normal as she can. Yeah. So when Whitney started crying and everybody was looking confused, and even when she said from the age, it's like she blocked 8-9 years out of her life from age 9 to 17. She like completely blocked out. And I'm like, so you suppressed all of those memories from that time. Like, you don't remember anything. Middle school, high school, none of that. You don't remember anything. And even Heather was like, you ain't never said anything like this. And not to say that she was supposed to.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
that makes it false, but it's kind of odd that you had this traumatic childhood and into teenage years and all of that, and I have never heard anything about it.
True, very true. And so that's how I wonder, like, okay, what brings us to next week? I mean, it sounds like Whitney tries to throw Heather under the bus about the whole conversation.
Yeah,
but it's weird because when Heather said she didn't know that, it like her face, the camera did something to her face. It's like they wanted us to know, remember this moment.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wonder, does that have anything to do with it next week? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But overall,
but they were saying that they know what they were arguing about was the whole Lisa sleeping with some man for some tickets.
Yeah. Well, she, and I heard that part. I just wonder, like, what is this? Where does this play into the whole thing?
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to see.
But it seemed like it was a continuation from when they were all sitting down, and she was telling Lisa, well, me and Meredith had a conversation, and the cheating came up. So that's when it seemed like everything started coming out. But Lisa, some tickets.
I'm ready to see this little lingerie thing sounds so chaotic next week. It's just Jen Shah shape in this corset. Like,
Jen got like I never noticed like her shoulders, but she kind of got like a little linebacker.
Jen is shaped like Mrs. Incredible. Like, she is in this little. I can't wait to see it. Jamie's not here today, but he messages me because he'll be here next week, and he is like, He can't wait to talk about it because it looks so chaotic. In fact, they all look absolutely ridiculous. All of them look ridiculous.
Ever have on a fucking crop top, so I am ready.
She said, I can't wait to see it. The cousins are going at it. But overall, like I said, the episode was cool. Like it was a slow episode, but it was, I think it's building it up. I think we're gonna have a lot of good moments or whatever this season. So what I will say is that I feel like the episode was cool, but they need to go ahead and introduce these friends to the show because it seemed very empty.
Yeah, these five, I'm like, it ain't.
Five girls cannot carry a show. You need at least some more, and they have 3 additional friends, but they must wanted to keep this like it's. I think this probably was at a point where they had just lost that lady, the racist lady, and they had just lost Mary, so they was like, well, shit, So I think maybe as the season goes on, that's when they started saying we need more girls because honestly, like the 5 core girls, they're good and they're core to the show, but they need more.
Like I would have enjoyed a friend or 2 being there.
At least one more person, just somebody stirring up the mess because friends will stir up the mess. So.
Yeah. Okay,
well, we have a caller on the line to get on, and our caller is going to be Taylor.
Hey guys, what's up?
How
Just
you doing?
showing some love. I'm good. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing good. It's it's Thursday. We get down.
Okay. I'll be honest. Full disclosure, I did not watch the first episode of the season, so I came into it like brand new yesterday just to kind of see where everything is at. Pleasantly surprised. Not pleasantly surprised. I knew what was happening, but I'm just so happy that Miss Jenny from the block ain't there. I'm just.
We won't say her name. It's that lady.
That racist lady, I'm so happy she's not there. You kind of hit the nail on the head though, Cortez. I think that it's very dull right now. It's bland. And in general, I just feel like on most franchises, there's kind of like that person you root for and like there's kind of a villain. I feel like there's not really a favorite here. They're all just kind of like there, and so I don't really have a lot of empathy and I don't really feel a lot of like emotions by like things that are happening to them. I'm more so just like mildly entertained by the mess. That said, I feel like with Whitney, I'm trying to tread lightly, obviously, because it's a very sensitive issue. I do feel like those were genuine tears. I do feel like she was genuinely crying. She seemed very distraught. But there's just something about the way it's being presented and like how she's realizing it that is just giving to me, not that she's faking it, but that almost like maybe someone's putting something in her ear and making her think that she's undergone trauma that maybe she has or has not. Not to say she's lying, but sometimes there's people, especially out in Utah, there's a lot of cult religious-y things going on out there, even under the guise of spirituality. It makes me wonder if maybe someone is trying to kind of get a hold on her and make her think that there's something that needs to be unpacked that might not be as big as she's thinking it is, which is why she can't say what it is. Now,
my thing is, I'm gonna say this: if you can't say it, then you need to leave it on the playground.
Yeah,
I agree. I totally.
It's
agree.
reality TV, and so I can't stand any moment on TV where somebody is talking about something, but they're not giving you the details. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like Lisa Rinna, and like, come on, like, what the hell happened? What's going on? Tell us. We're watching the show. It's like somebody saying, "I got something to tell you." Never mind. No,
exactly.
That is annoying. Like, no, what is it? No,
I totally agree, and I think that's where something in the water ain't clean. I think that's where it's murky for me. It's like if something happened to you and you're having this visceral response, like what is it? And do you even know what it is? And I feel like if you don't know what it is, then there's something that's weird about it all, especially the fact that it's happening in these like weird spiritual sessions that are supposed to be healing. People do that kind of shit all the time. Sorry, I don't know if we language, whatever. People do that kind of stuff all the time, because they're trying.
Antonio curses all the time.
Sorry, I just got off work, so I'm still in that mode. But like, think about like televangelists and like think about Coach Stormy and like think about all these people that use all kinds of things to make you feel like you need them in order to heal and to resolve trauma. That's just what it's given me. So I'm excited, not excited, but I'm interested to see what happens moving forward if it kind of like if it kind of unveils itself. And then lastly, Miss Lisa, Miss Lisa. I definitely believe she was busting it open for some tickets. Ooh. And the reason being because of last year, the way she was about her line, her tequila, whatever the hell it is.
Vita tequila?
Yeah, the way she was being real, like kind of like moving around and trying to like make Whitney look bad. And so like just the way she acts about her businesses, I fully believe she's the type to like bust it open in order to advance herself and to get investors. Because I think that Lisa is very much tied up in image, and image and affluence kind of goes hand in hand. That said, it's just an opinion. I don't know whether she did or not, but I believe it.
It's all alleged, what you said.
Yeah, alleged.
This is how you feel.
This is how I feel. I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. And also the scene with her son, I just felt like it was giving like rehearsed. We've seen her literally mouth the lines while her son was on her Instagram. Like she had a script typed up and she was mouth reading the lines.
But that's the other son though. Remember, she got two.
But you know, like that's just how she's very.
And we know she tell her husband what to say as well.
So. I would say she definitely keeps her. You know, Lisa is definitely about image, and I think she makes sure everybody in her family is like, we're gonna go out, we're gonna smile, okay, we're not gonna say this. I think she's very controlling and makes sure that all of her family is on. She runs that family.
Which is why that college thing is bullshit. If he really wasn't considering college, I feel like she would be like not putting that on the screen at all. She'd be like, you know, it's just a bad look. So I feel like it was kind of staged. It was like, maybe he doesn't know what he wants to do. So she just kind of amped it up. She's like, okay, so we're going to talk about this so we can see what's going on. But really it's a non-issue. I don't know. I just don't sense any realness from her. And I just don't think I ever will. So maybe I just don't see it for her. But overall, you know, clearly.
Hey,
also Cortez, I think you said Mrs. Incredible. I think what Jen is built like is the old man in Up. He don't have a neck and he's got them like square shoulders that are really close to his like face. I feel like that's what you're thinking of. At least
I can't say what she really built like because that's a bit problematic, but I'll just say that Mrs. Incredible is me being nice because she ain't shaped like that. It's just that I don't know. It's just nothing but legs.
It's that neck. She needs to
straighten up that neck. Thing. It's just
she just need a little bit of like ass, and I think it would give.
I agree.
Well, thanks for letting me ramble, y'all. You know I love you guys, so I'm here, and I'm gonna be here next week. So
thank you, Taylor.
Thank you, Taylor.
All right, bye.
All right. Okay, that was Taylor, and I think that was our only caller for today. So, shout out to Isabel who just sent this super chat. Says, "Good job, Cortez Antonio. Bring more shade." Jay, you saying we ain't shady, or you saying like you like the shade? You want to see more of the shade?
Isabel, if I be looking at Isabel comments, she loves like some shade. She
like us to go in. She want us to get shut down. She want us to get blocked from all the Housewives.
Like some shady moments. I know
we gotta, we gotta be shady at the surface level, and then we go in our group chat. But child, we trying to get to get a booth at BravoCon because LeanCon can't go on forever. we're gonna be cold outside in the street. We trying to get in, but no. Thank you, Isabel, for the super chat. We're gonna make sure we bring plenty of shade for you, Isabel, and more. Like I said, we are coming up on the Lean's 3-year anniversary, and so the team, all of us are kind of putting together some things that we're gonna plan for that week. Some surprises, some merch, stuff like that. So just stay tuned to the channel. It's gonna be a lot going on during that time. And with that being said, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Good episode, Salt Lake City episode next week. Chad. I keep saying cha. Damn, these damn chas. Chad and Jamie will be back next week. Potomac starts Monday. See you at the same time, which is 8:30 Eastern time. Meredith and Whitney is on Tuesdays. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the reunion starts on Wednesday. That trailer came out today. It was fire. I'm not going to post it because they be copyrighting shit. I ain't got time to be disputing it. Or the People, I think peoplemagazine.com or something like that. They have it, or just search around. You'll find it.
Go find it. It's out there.
You'll find it, Chad. You can't miss it. So, like this video. We'll see y'all next time. Have a good weekend and see y'all soon, okay? Good night, y'all. Thank y'all for watching.